All right, guys, how you guys doing? Hope you're really well. So a lot of crazy things are happening in New England with a serial killer, but I think that it's more than one. I guarantee you, there's more than one because there are multiple cases, multiple bodies piling up, and very little time and multiple different locations that are at least probably 15 to 20 miles away from each other. And so it's like, how is this happening? And a friend of mine told me that something happened in Pennsylvania, but that may not be related to the situation. So, you know how like a lot of these things happened even back in the days, the 90s, 70s, 60s, some serial killer situation. This is a perfect example that history repeats itself because that energy, it recycles and it comes back. And until we transmute it, and two things change. And this is why they say you gotta change or history gonna repeat itself. That you gotta break that karmic cycle. We gotta break this karmic cycle by transmuting it by obviously raising vibrations and bringing so much healing. But I don't want to get into that right now. Here's the thing. Like I said, there has to be more than one person. It just can't be just one person doing this. Now, this person or these people are strategic how they act. So, for example, there has been multiple cases in my city, Springfield. Everybody is saying, "Oh, that's just usually Springfield. There's always a murder like every day." That's exactly what they want you to think. This is how they put your guard down because they know that this is what you will say, because then you're gonna bypass it and be like, you're gonna overlook it and be like, "Oh, it's not them," and then you're the next person or something else happened and it is them. And they don't want to like put the time and energy to figure out who is doing it. Obviously, I'm not a detective. I can't. It's not my job. But my higher self be telling me things. So people they need to stay vigilant, they need to stay focused, they need to like use critical thinking and your intuition and stop overlooking stuff, stop being ignorant. I even posted on Facebook and some people wanna laugh react. Not that it's bothering me, but just a pure example of how these people in like these areas, New England, these blue states, don't use critical thinking. They're idiots because they just want to stay superficial. They just want to stay consumers. I'm sorry, assumers, and they just don't want to use their head because they just want to be stuck worshiping their false god, the TV, the media, the illusion, instead of like be like, okay, this person's right, or whoever. They don't have to listen to me, and then just make sure that their family is gonna be okay, or them. So I'm not gonna take this lightly, and anyone else in New England shouldn't as well, or anywhere else. Obviously, it happens anywhere, but you know what I mean.